All right, my beautiful friends, it is Tuesday, February 26th, 2019, and everything is just beautiful. Really. Let's start off with this. As I'm doing this video blog, let's back up a moment. Stocks opened in the negative across the board this morning because of, guess what? More abysmal economic news. It just keeps on coming. However, the stock market is trying to make a turnaround right now. As a matter of fact, of the three major indices, the Dow Jones Industrial Average is the only one slightly in the negative because it's being dragged down by Home Depot. Well, let's talk about the newest round of abysmal economic news. I mean, you can't make this stuff up if you even tried. I wrote some stuff down. I want to get this right here. Here we go. Housing starts tumble to a 2-year low. New homes are just not being built at nearly the rate they were before. And do you know why? Because housing prices have gotten so inflated. Oh, there's no inflation. You know that, right? Well, they have gone off the Richter scale, and I've explained this to you many, many times. When the price of any asset moves above the ability for the average person to buy it, you have a bubble. I mean, it's so easy to see bubbles, but people tell you, oh no, you can't see bubbles until after they burst. When you hear that come out of someone's mouth, you're looking into the face of a retard. You understand? It's the truth. That's the definition of a bubble. Write this down, is when any asset moves above the ability for the average person on an average salary to acquire it. Houses are in a massive bubble, no doubt about it. Has been inflated by a runaway Federal Reserve who's determined to distort asset prices beyond. And this plays into everything else that's going on right now. You know, Powell just happens to be speaking right now before Congress. And did you... They love the guy. I tweeted this earlier today. When he walks into the room there, they almost get just like they did the same thing to Yellen. They get down on their knees and they do this, okay? As long as Powell here and the Fed is playing ball, continuing to rob the middle class blind by artificially suppressing rates, Congress will be doing this. You understand? Including the president. That's how it is, period. You have to laugh. I swear to you, you can't make this stuff up. Even in sometime in the future, when you and I and everyone else, maybe in another 150 years, they're going to rediscover all these old, videos and tapes of what was going on during our time, and we're going to be laughed at on a grand scale. That's the truth. So anyway, stocks, again, start in the negative because of abysmal economic news. Housing starts falling off of a cliff. Another round of bad economic news. America's doing really good. But let's talk about, you remember I wore like a sticker on my head, make banks great again? Let's talk about that real quick. And I want to reveal something to you. JP Morgan is the Antichrist. Now, I'm going to explain this to you in a little more detail in a moment here, but I had to write this down too. This is JP Morgan this morning, and this is for all the banks. We just found out again recently, and I covered this, windfall profits across the board for the banks. And it's not just the banks, corporate America. Corporate America. Don't take my word for this. Do 5 seconds of your own research if you don't believe me, okay? Because I know there are a lot of skeptics out here, and you know who they are. Anyway, corporate America, Wall Street has never done better in a shorter period of time than they have under President Donald Trump. If you don't like that, if you think I'm lying, just unsubscribe. I don't really care. But here we go. Let's talk more about the Antichrist, which is JP Morgan, and why I'm saying they are the Antichrist. So again, banks, ripping the face off the world economy. That's what they're doing. So this is what JP Morgan said. Aggressive growth will allow us, JP Morgan, to reach, are you ready? 93% of the U.S. population by the end of 2022. So why is Greg saying JP Morgan is the Antichrist? Okay, 2022, 2 plus 2 plus 2 is 6. In 3 years, 6, 6, 6. Very interesting. Look, I'm kind of making a joke here, but if there has ever been an anti-human race entity on this planet Earth, it's the banks. So maybe in a way they are the Antichrist. Anyway, I know. Look, I'm just kidding with this, I guess. I don't know. What do you think? Is JP Morgan the Antichrist? Is the banking sector as a whole an anti-human? Or maybe they're pro-human. Maybe they want us to keep procreating so we can become debt slaves to them. I mean, this is what this whole thing is about. It's slavery on a grand scale. You all know that. Even the unborn are in the United States are slaves, because as soon as they pop out, they owe the government $70,000. Pretty awesome, isn't it? What other kind of distorted reality can you be born a debt slave? Well, let's look back on history just real quick. Before the creation of the United States, people lived under the rule of a king, a queen. America was started because the great men, our forefathers, believed that people could govern themselves. They didn't need to be ruled by a king or a queen. But we're letting this all go up in smoke here because people, again, have been so dumbed down. They can't walk and chew gum at the same time. They got to look to other entities to find the truth. They can't use their own brains anymore. And that's been the plan all along. But there are a few of us, you and me included, who can see through the charade that is going on here. All right. Anyway, so who would be surprised if stocks finished in the positive today after being deeply in the negative earlier? Not me. Again, Home Depot is the only one dragging down the Dow right now, and that's because of the great economic news that we just got. Our economy is so strong. We're making banks great again. JP Morgan, the Antichrist, just explained it to us they even gave us numbers to go with. 2022, 3 years, 666. Anyway, I love all you guys and girls. It's the truth. Anyway, look, is any of this important? Even though I'm kind of joking about half of it. If it is, do this guy a favor. I love to see those likes. I love to see this stuff get out there and shared. Well, let's do it. Let's get it out there. I'll see you at the end of the day.